it's a brand new year and you thought about buying a house or basically selling and buying at the same time, well, guess what? A resolution doesn't have to be a dream. It can be a reality. I'm Evantz Saint-Gerard, your real estate agent here in Queens, Brooklyn, Long Island, and the Bronx. And I have my two guests here. I have Anthony and David. Anthony, Dave, introduce yourselves.
Anthony Curcio, Curcio Law, all aspects of real estate law from purchases, sales, leasing, financing, and development.
David Goldklang with Citizens Bank, residential lender, covering all 50 states. Anything you need, purchases of primary homes, secondary homes, investment properties, HELOCs, anything real estate related.
All right, so our topic is we're talking about New Year's resolution. People want to make changes in their living situation. They're either buying their first home, second home, or they're deciding they're either getting married, coupling up, as the kids would say, and they want to make that new transition in their life with the home. How do we make this happen in 2025, gentlemen?
I'm seeing a lot of interesting things getting started. Beginning of the year is always great. Not getting the refinance calls that we had in the past, but a lot of people interested in investment properties. I just spoke to a young man in his 20s who was able to save up some money, and I guess because of the magic of TikTok and Instagram, he wants to get that property in South Carolina. He did his homework and he found places in the 200 to 300 range. I'm all in. I'm looking forward to helping. It's exciting to see. And people are looking still, a lot of South Carolina, a lot of Florida. People want either that vacation home or remote work. That lifestyle it's going to be a hot topic for 2025.
How about you, Anthony?
What I'm seeing locally is, obviously the prices of real estate in New York are one of the highest in the country. So I'm seeing a lot of buyers it's more than one buyer. I see a lot of family members pulling their resources together and pulling their resources together and buying something, because even though it's more expensive, I think people realize that that's the only way to grow your wealth is to be purchasing real estate and letting that appreciation ride, especially in New York.
I've seen the same thing. A lot of families are getting together. They're pulling their money, like you said. And, depending on where you're from, it's not even a strange thing, because basically families have been bringing in grandma, grandpa have lived with you for years. The kids are coming out of college and they need a place to start. So they're saving up. So they're living with their parents for whatever, it helps out the parents when their kids are having kids, and grandpa and grandma basically are watching kids while the kids go to work, go back to school and stuff like that. So it's not uncommon. A lot of people are doing that, and it does help out the whole situation. And like you have mentioned, people are looking out of the state to find, an actual home that can fit everybody. It is doable out there. I just want to make sure people understand that. It is doable. It is difficult, but it is doable. So again, I'm going to keep harping on this. You got to find the right team that's going to be able to help you get your vision into reality. So just make sure you're interviewing the right people. You got the questions that you need to ask. It's how long they've been in the business. Show me some references. You ask all the Q&A questions, basically. You can look them up on Google. All the questions that you can ask, either a realtor, a loan officer, or attorney, or home inspector, or whoever it is that you decide to possibly work with. Ask the right questions. You'll know the right questions. And guess what? You can ask that professional, hey, what question should I be asking you? They should be able to give you some questions. Here's some questions I get from clients all the time. Blah, 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 blah. They should be able to spit them out like that. So how do we make this happen for people? Besides doing videos like this and doing more educational series like this for people, getting in front of people like unions and stuff like that, how are we making it a possibility for people, gentlemen?
I just think by doing the right thing, and we know each other, so by taking care of our clients, by great customer service, by just, treat people the way you want to be treated. And I find after doing this for over 20 years, I started with somebody in the studio co-op, came into little money. He got the 1-bedroom co-op. He got married. The wife had a co-op. They sold the 2 places. Now they bought a house. Now they need a second house, over time. And then they tell, they're working in pre-remote, guys were in cubes, and Johnny next to me is getting married. Maybe I should get married. Well, if he could afford a house, I could probably afford a house. We make the same money. And people just start talking. Who do you use? Who is your guy? And it's just natural growth, natural conversation. And it's just as people talk, and it's the team around us that we can refer. And it's just, again, it's doing the right thing. I'm a big believer in karma and taking care of people. And it's just the natural progression of things that's how we've survived for all these years, the three of us, and have grown our business and succeed.
Yeah, I think the communication aspect of everything is, especially in my industry, that's the number one complaint I always get. Attorneys don't call me back. or I got some secretary calling me back or an assistant. I'm always reaching out to the client, always speaking to them on the phone, letting them know what's going on. Even if nothing's going on, at least let them know nothing's going on. Because if they don't hear from you for a week or two, they start to get jittery and they start to wonder what's going on, what happened. I haven't heard from them in a while. So always just giving them a status update. They always appreciate something like that. And I think that goes a long way, along with, not holding their hand, but just walking them through the process each step of the way. And like Dave said, doing the right thing, developing that trust with the client. If they trust you, they're going to trust to refer you to their friends and family and that sort of thing down the road as well.
I think ultimately, I'm going to speak for all three of us. At the end of the day, what we want to do such a great job for you and your family, where you're going to not only be happy with us, but you're going to refer us to grandma, and you're going to refer us to cousin Luke, your hairdresser, your barber, whoever it is. Basically, you're going to be our biggest shielders to your friends and family, because you had experienced great service from us that you want everybody else basically to experience the same service for them as well. And if there's somebody that you know that's within your circle that might be having a different experience than you have, maybe you might want to have a conversation with them like, look, I'm sorry you're going through this. Maybe you might want to talk to this guy, because basically that's not an experience I had. And we just not closed. We started around the same time frame. I'm now in my home, and he's giving me an equity report basically every couple of months, every year and whatnot. Or my loan officers are reaching out to me, every now and again, basically to let me know, basically, hey, you know what, this is where the rates are. Do you want to refi now? Stuff like that. Or Anthony might be calling you just to let you know, hey, you might want to look at, some legal aspects. Some stuff might have changed, stuff like that. So even though after the deal is done, we're not done. We're still working with you. We're still staying in contact with you. I know Anthony has a lot of newsletters. I know David has a lot of newsletters that go out to his clientele. So do I. So even though the deal might be over, our relationship doesn't end. It continues. Our team says this: we want to be your realtors for life. So whether you finish this deal, I think we all have mentioned this in past videos. We've had clients that we work with more than once, more than twice, more than 4 times. So there's a reason for that, basically, because they're comfortable working with us, and there's a next stage of life that they want to progress to. Okay, great. I need to work with these people because I can't even look at anybody else. I need to focus on these people. Whatever they tell me to do is what I'm going to do. And that's pretty much it. Anything else you guys want to add?
Real estate's a sexy topic, right? People want to let you know, I bought this house for $35,000 in 1982, and now it's worth $1 million. My first interest rate was 14%. I refinanced to 7%. Now I'm at 2%. They love to talk about it. Hey, that's amazing. Who did you use? I used Evans. I used David Goldklang. I used Anthony. They love to talk. So as long as we, like you said, stay in contact, remind them that we're here for them, and we've done these deals 3, 4, 5 times, they're going to talk about us. And they're going to talk about the bad people too.
Yes.
Left me over. Bob ripped me off. Everybody I know got a 3% mortgage. I got a 4. I should have, so it comes back to taking care of the clients, doing the right thing.
You can spend years building up your reputation, and it can just like that be ripped away from
in a second.
I'm glad you mentioned it. Let's face it. We've been working with many people and many different personality types. There's going to be reality. Basically, sometimes our personalities might not mesh well with the other personality, but we're having an honest conversation. If we feel that basically we can't do the job for you, I know I can speak for myself. I'm going to let you know, look, I don't think what you're looking for and what I can provide is going to be a match. I think we should probably end this now and stay as friends, and I can point you in a direction that somebody else can better service you and stuff like that. If I feel that basically this is not going to work, our personalities, it's not going to, it's just like dating. If it's not working out, I'd rather know now than basically, okay, we've got a 2-year commitment and we hate each other.
It's not you, it's me, right?
Yes. I'm glad you said that.
You said that before.
I'm saying nothing on that.
Many times. Yeah.
All right. So speaking on that topic, it's not you, it's me. All right. On that topic, I want to talk to the buyers and the sellers. They might be going through a situation with a different agent or different agents, plural, and maybe it might be time to reevaluate. Okay, I want to do A, but it's not seems to be working, and I'm working with many agents, many loan officers. I'm talking to a bunch of people. Maybe I should just focus on one person, working with that one person, and maybe they can get me what I want. What do you guys think about that? Basically, just focusing on that one personality, one professional to get you what you want, as opposed to, I'm going to talk to my uncle who's not an attorney, I'm going to talk to my barber, who's not an attorney, to give me advice on real estate. Maybe focus on that real estate attorney to get you that information. Maybe focus on that lender who actually does this day in, day out to tell you where the rates are and what to do.
I would think to get them to realize that their barber or whoever doesn't know what they're talking about.
Respectfully.
Respectfully and allegedly, right? Ask them questions that you would know versus what the barber wouldn't know. Something that like you would know because you've been working in the industry a long time, something they would never think about. Kind of demonstrate your value as to why you need to focus on getting a professional versus some guy that's clipping your hair. He reads an article in the newspaper and right away he's Donald Trump, the investor, not the president, obviously. But yeah, I think you just by educating them and opening their mind up to things and just showing what your value is versus somebody that's not in the industry, I think that goes a long way to get them focused.
How about you, Dave?
Think on topic where it's, I get a lot of phone calls at the end. So they've been in process for 2 months. They got to close in 3 weeks and the deal's dying. So your uncle, your cousin, who you didn't listen to, or the attorney or the realtor will say, I know you're using X. Please just talk to Dave and we can see what's going on. So they explain to me what's happening. And usually that lender is trying to push them into the product that makes them the most money, right? So if you're a broker, you make a lot. So I work for a bank. I don't care what rate you get. I get paid the same. I don't care if you do an FHA, VA, I get paid the same. That's not the same for everybody. Sometimes a broker might say, hey, I want to put you towards an FHA loan because I, as the individual, make more money, which might not be the best case for the borrower. And the guidelines are different. So an FHA loan is much tougher on an appraisal, much tougher on condo guidelines. The big thing now is these DSCR loans and the stated income loan. It's not for everybody. So just because you're self-employed, that doesn't ring a bell like, oh, let me put you in a DSCR loan. What are these stated income loans? Those guys, they all have issues. So I just saved somebody, at the end of the year, I'm like, let me talk to your accountant. Let's kind of structure something a different way. And we closed, and the deal was done. He had a time of the essence letter. He was losing this deal. He was going to lose his down payment. It was ugly. And he still felt obligated to stay with the existing lender. I'm like, he's flipping products. I'm like, boy. And I talked to him for a couple of weeks. And finally, his dad says, please go with David. I know you're friends with this guy. And he closed. He closed a week later. I assured everybody this is going to go. And we did close and we got to where we needed to go. It's just, again, it's part of that, do your homework up front. Know what you're doing. Don't just stay. Sometimes you have to be out of your comfort zone as a lender. You have to ask questions. Then you just need to know all the products and guidelines. Knowing guidelines, just like you have to know the law and you have to know the rules of real estate, it means a lot.
I think I mentioned this in the previous
video. That was a nice
video.
point for me. I love the victories. I love coming and save the day. It would make my life easier if I had it up front because,
the fact that you can fix
a fire drill, if I'm Fire Marshal Dave, I'll be happy to be Fire Marshal Dave.
But I love that the fact that you can fix somebody else's mess and get that person from point A to point B. You're like, wow, why did I waste all this time with this other person? That kind of strengthens your relationship with them. Like, you know what? This guy was on the up and up. This guy I was working with, how many months it was or years. And Dave was able to do this within a week, or Anthony was able to do this in a week.
I think
you know what?
In New York, the average loan is 60 days. Would you guys agree from the start?
Yeah.
The average
45 to 60.
Contract
45
closing.
Yeah.
So could we all do something? Can I close you in 15, 20 days? Sure. Do I want to? Is it, it's not my goal, right? Because there's other deals and other people are working on things, but we could get it done to save you. If it's necessary, we'll get it done.
I mean, I think the thing that I want people to take away from this video, from what we're saying right now, is you have to find the right person. In order to do that, you need to talk. You need to express what your goals are, what your fears are, everything, because we're going to be in this with you for quite a while. And just be open and honest with what you're looking to do, and we'll give you the best advice possible. And if we see something, you have to be able to take the honesty also, because basically if we're honest and open with you, all right, you want to do X and Y. Unfortunately, basically what you're doing doesn't match with what we have available at this moment. So you have to be able to take that information also and process it, because sometimes it takes a while to process what we're saying. to understand it and digest it and then come to reality. This is what reality really is. If you want to do this, you have to do this, not that. Anything else you guys want to add?
I think I'm all right.
All right.
I like it.
With
Yeah,
that
more-
being said,
Yeah.
now I have nothing else. I'm done. So with that being said, we're gonna end this right here. So gentlemen, how can they find you? How can they reach you if they have any questions about legal? Anthony. Sorry, getting everybody's names mixed up.
That's all right. You can call my cell 631-943-8351 or my office 516-809-8483. I can get text messages on both numbers. So you can also text me. My email is acurcio@curciolawpllc.com. I'm on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and you can go to my website as well, curciolawpllc.com, to see what I'm about and see what kind of areas I practice and that sort of thing.
All right, you're a rare breed, basically, when it comes to attorneys giving out their cell phone numbers. Is there a time frame where you say, "All right, we stop calling at this particular time"?
Usually,
Your answer should be yes. Your answer should be
by
yes.
9 o'clock, I'm putting the kids down unless it's some kind of emergency, but most times there's not really an emergency that can't be addressed till the next morning. Yeah, 9 o'clock's the cutoff. I think that's common knowledge for the most part. So,
All right, and David, for any mortgage questions, financial questions, refi questions, how can they reach you?
So it's davegoldklang.com is my website. It has all my information. You can always use my cell, 917-757-57. Text is easy. There's plenty of times I'm responding to a text. A lot of it is we could really address in the morning, but text is great. I'm also all social media, Facebook, Instagram,
TikTok.
videos will be on YouTube. I'm out there. Google reviews. So wherever you need, davegoldklang.com. And, I'm open to help you close.
And do you have a cutoff time, basically, when you stop answering the phone?
My wife is yelling at me. I don't know. I know cutoff time. Most people aren't really calling anymore. It's a text. So I can respond to a text if it's a basic question. And a lot of times it is. It's a basic question. If we really need to get in depth, I'll respond and say, let's set up a time for,
yeah, I usually respond, but if I don't, I'm probably passed out by then.
I have a problem. I will respond. My kids will make fun of me too. I'm walking around I will respond regardless of time.
I'm guilty of both of what you're saying right now because I'm responding and I'm like, all right, I crash it right in my bed. All right, for me, it's easy to reach out to me whenever you have real estate questions, you think about buying, selling, or investing, or buying and selling at the same time. My number is 917-975-5985. The phone is always nearby. If I'm not answering, that's probably because I'm with a client. Either I'm meeting with them face-to-face or I'm doing a Zoom, and we can do the same for you. The best way to reach me is the cell phone, text, call. We can schedule a sit-down conversation. Again, we can do this face-to-face, or we can do it on Zoom, or whatever device you want to use. And we're also on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and whatever is replacing TikTok in a couple of weeks, we're on those as well. YouTube, you'll find probably this video, and our website is mynyhomesales.com. And we just want to help you. If you want to help yourself, you can give us a call so we can help you as well. With that being said, I'm Evantz Saint-Gerard, your real estate agent here in Queens, Long Island, Brooklyn, the Bronx. And these gentlemen, I want to say thank you guys for taking your time out of your schedule to do this with us. And if you have any questions,
yeah, my pleasure.
do not be afraid. Pick up that phone, give us a call. And that's it.